Now let's think about this. We all want to hit it a little bit further, but don't really want to feel like we're putting loads of effort in. We're going to use a trick today that's going to help you swing smoother, but hit it further with your driver and with your iron as well. We're going to start from the tee here on the 12th, and we're going to move down this hole. But I'm thinking about this in a different way here. Let's think about a question. 12th hole here, it's 405 yards. Trouble just where the ball lands. Would you think about playing this aggressive or smart? Let's see which one comes out on top in those comments. Guys, welcome back to Alex Elliott Golf. I'm a PGA golf professional, and I'm going to help you today swing easier but hit it further. Now there is two aspects to each part of this, so do make sure you stick around because we're actually going to improve each facet of your game. We all want to hit driver further, we want to show off to our friends, but we all want to hit more greens because it is the biggest stat to actually improving and lowering our scores. So that's iron play. So what is everything that we want to see with driver? Well, with driver, we want to have a dynamic setup that is going to allow us to hit this golf ball on the up. So to really give you a great chance of standing here, tilting these shoulders, and feeling as though we can brush this golf ball away. Now, I actually think a lot of golfers, no matter age or ability, we've sort of got that nailed, or we think we've got that nailed. Think being the key word. This is the first part. Use this routine every time you go on the tee, and I promise you, you'll feel so much more comfortable, and it gives you so much more confidence. Place your feet together, okay? I want you to line that golf ball up on the big toe of your lead foot. So for me, my left side. Open it up, move that right foot away. So I know straight away my left heel is exactly where I want that ball to be. Golf club up in the air, tilt it, down behind. I'm now ready to go. That took me no more than 5 seconds to go. I know every time I'm in the correct position. That's the easy part done. That's the easy part. Now, golf instruction says how many times do we have to get the perfect backswing, but do we ever think about what happens after I've hit that golf ball away? So if we want to be the most efficient with driver and feel as though we're swinging smoother, we've got the first part of standing to it. Now the second part to this is actually controlling our angle of attack. So if you just think about this, right, imagine we put a wall up. So if I put an alignment stick in the ground, which actually, surprisingly here in Manchester, is quite hard right now. We've not had much rain. So club on the ground, press it in. Okay, so I want you to think about this. Anything this side, you're not bothered about, okay? Don't care about it. Let's think about what we're doing this side. So if we're really low through the golf ball with driver, after we've hit it, so just this side, where do we think the golf club's actually travelled from? Probably high to low, right? That cross feeling. If we thought about this and flipped this on its head and said, well, I want the driver head to be a little bit higher after impact, or that feeling of being a little bit higher and away, where do we think the golf club will have travelled from? Low to high, upwards, angle of attack. Now we're going to put two slow-mos over this, and again, just concentrate on this side of the alignment stick. Low through, focusing on it being high through, and rotating through. They're going to look completely different to you. One's going to look like a lot more efficient than the other. We know this is not good with driver. So let's try this, okay? Let's go to the golf course, sneak on when it's quiet, and I say when it's quiet, don't blame me if we get in trouble here, but spend some time practicing this out on the golf course. Place alignment stick just in the ground as I've done. All I want you to focus about on your tee shot is your ability to stand there and post this feeling. Our best version of getting to here, not getting to here. How simple is that? Think about every other sport, darts, we probably focus on where our hands finished. Hammering a nail, I know it's not a sport, hammering a nail into a wall. We're focusing on where everything's finishing, not where it's been. Let's get in that aspect when practicing our golf. Let's hit this one away, move down that fairway, and look at this with our scoring clubs. So we've thought about angle of attack with our driver. We've now got to complete this with angle of attack with our irons. If we truly want to put the whole category of this video of swinging easier and hitting it further, we're talking about being more efficient, and I promise you that with that driver aspect, this upwards feeling, balance feeling, swing slower, become more efficient in controlling how you hit the golf ball. Now we're moving on to iron, but before that, I need to get a yardage here. And I found it really interesting, one of my last videos, all of you were getting in those comments, it was interesting to see what clubs you hit. Let's have a look at it again. So, 143. A little bit into off the left and a little bit uphill. So shall we say 143 playing 145. I am going to go with into that wind a chippy 9-iron. Okay. Now this is actually for a reason. Coincidence. Actually, well, one prefer hitting a little bit more of a chippy shot than I do a more fuller shot, but I'm looking at it for this reason. I want you to look at this here, and what we're going to say is that when we want to become a more efficient iron player, we have to hit down on this golf ball to move our strike from along this bottom edge to more in the middle. This downwards hit allows us to take this center strike from being low to more out the true middle of this golf club. Now again, out the middle, we can swing easier and hit it further because we're becoming a more efficient player. So you might be thinking, well, Alex, if I felt like the club head had to exit higher on the way through the night with a driver, what should I do with an iron? Well, let's look at this again, and I think this is just a great model, especially something to take to the golf course, which, you know, this channel is all about actually, practically getting you to play better golf simply. Don't make it complicated, all right? Don't make it complicated. So again, if we imagine that that was our wall, it doesn't have to be in the perfect spot. In fact, we'll make it perfect. So imagine that was our wall. I want you to, every time you hit an iron shot, just come 6 to 12 inches inside of that ball. I want you to address it. I want you to do it this way though. I want you to always address it putting your left hand or your lead hand or your glove hand down first. Now look what this does to my shoulders. Naturally, I'm creating a little bit more of a level shoulders. Now, the shoulders will always be a little bit of a tilt because our right hand is below our left. But if we always went in with our right hand on and right down first, well, look what it helps do. Now, where's that club going to exit now? Well, that's what we want with an iron, with a driver, not with an iron. So hand on, club down, make some practice swings, brushing that ground after and just this side of our swing. That's all I want you to focus on. Now the reason I like doing this with a 3/4 shot, it actually allows me to start with my weight a little bit more left to start with in the address position, and if you're struggling to strike your irons on a certain day, definitely go down that route of hitting a 3/4 shot more often. Okay, let's hit this one away. We're going to put a slow-mo of me hitting this one, seeing the divot from the face-on perspective, and we'll get a video from down the line too. So we're approaching the green. How much nicer would it be to be swinging freer with your driver and then hitting more greens with your irons? I mentioned that 3/4 shot. And during Open qualifying, and thank you for this everybody, everyone was reaching out to me saying, Alex, how did you get on? Well, unfortunately, I missed out by one shot. I bogeyed the last, but I say I missed out by one. I missed out by one by getting into the playoff, but I can honestly say I was pretty proud of how I played, which was really quite nice. So think about this really nice and simply. Next time you're out on the golf course, where am I focusing on the through swing to affect my angle of attack, to hit my drive a little bit more efficient, but also hit my irons too. More opportunities for 3-pointers. Yes, this is an outsider, but let's see if we can drop it. Every chance. Oh! We would be more than happy with that one. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Now remember, with every one of these videos there is a PDF guide and a newsletter. They're both down below. So make sure you hit the links, join the Facebook groups, access the PDF guides that sit alongside these videos, because it's really going to help you improve.